Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Mrs. Rains. I'm back with a quick little update video. I'm having me a little coffee this morning. It's kind of dreary out. I don't know if you can tell. There's no morning sun today, so had to get moving. Got me a little coffee. But this is my office right now. I wanted to show you guys an update of what the space is looking like. Yeah, it's pretty rough. We have that little section of paneling that still needs to come down. And then there's one little section over here in the corner that needs to come down. It's taken us quite a while because we're trying to preserve the drywall, and you can see it's got a lot of holes in it. But I already talked about on the previous video how we plan on combating that by using primer and joint compound. And we are going to be changing this light fixture. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I shared this sofa. It is originally an $850 sofa. I got it for 40 bucks because some kids spilled something on it and the parents tried to use some kind of cleaner to get the spill out. But the cleaner was not adequate and left some staining. So there's no odor, there's nothing like that. Trust me, you guys, I went and checked it out before picking it up. But the shape is just what I was looking for. And I actually like the color, but I'm going to be changing the color. But I like the style, I like the shape, and that's perfect for the office. Just a place to hang out and read a book, or, you know, hang out, play on your phone, something like that. So hopefully the kids will enjoy that as well. Those panels over there on the floor, I hope you can see them. There are MDF panels that I found at Lowe's. Is it Lowe's or Home Depot? One or the other. I'm at both so often I can't even remember. But anyway, I think it's Lowe's has these panels. They're very inexpensive. And these panels are actually going to go on the dining room wall. So that's another project and a half. But there was some wood paneling there. I showed you guys a few videos ago us taking that down. But we're going to be putting those panels. It took me a while to decide because I was trying to decide between that and beadboard. And we are going to be painting these walls. So yeah, we're going to be painting those walls. So these chair covers you see, these are the original IKEA chair covers I bought, you know, years ago. They've been working out. They're just kind of big because they're made for the IKEA chairs, and my Parsons chairs are not IKEA, obviously. So I found these covers right here. I'm testing one out. I got a pack of 4, was 20 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description bar. If you've got Parsons chairs and you've got kids, you guys know what I mean by covering them. And the original color of my chairs, just so you know, is like this taupey kind of beige color. But these covers give pretty good coverage, I would say. Let me pull the chair out so you can see. And they're pretty snug fit and comfortable to sit on. And you can see the difference because the IKEA chair covers are so old. They're kind of got a little bit of a dinginess to them. And they weren't quite white anyway. They were like an antique white. These are more of a true white. They come off kind of a purple hue in the light, but I imagine that's because of the lighting. Speaking of lighting, this is our dining room light. This is currently what we have for lighting. I hate it so much. It's so big and so gaudy, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I feel like it takes up so much of the room. Okay, so that's the dining room, and look at how big that light is. It's huge. And I mean, this must have been all the rage in the 80s, but as of right now, I'm just not a fan. So I ordered this new light fixture, and I'll open that for you guys and unbox it here in just a second. The other reason why this is taking so long, and I'm sorry to bounce you back and forth, is because if you see those little holes in the wall, like here and there, those holes in the wall are a result of removing sconces. And if you know anything about electrical, you have to turn the electricity off to that room in order to take the sconces down, and you want to do it as safely as possible. My husband has 2 different electric testers to make sure that there's no electricity running through the circuit, so we had to make sure everything was tested and we were doing it the right way, and a couple of outlets had to be capped. A few different things are going on, but just trust and believe that we wanted to be safe while taking it down, and we also wanted to not damage the walls if we could. So these are the sconces that I took down. This is what they look like. They're regular brass sconces, and my plan is to spray paint these to a chrome color, and then they come with glass globes, but I'm going to change the globes to something else. So try to modernize the look of the sconces because they're not super terrible. They're just brass, and I'm not a fan of brass. You guys know I have no brass in the house at all. There's one room with gold accent to it, and I actually thought about leaving this room with gold accents, but I just can't bring myself to it. The other thing that I've done recently is painted the trim white. So this trim right here used to be this oak color. I painted that white, and on the other side, I also painted the other side white. This room is getting painted, so this color that it is now is kind of like a purplish gray. I don't know how to explain it. That's what the color was when we got here, but we've already decided to switch it, and we're gonna go with Repose Gray. That's the one that everybody kind of voted for. I was between Repose Gray and this Mindful Gray, but the Repose is a little bit lighter. So that's what it's gonna look like, and I like the look of that next to the white trim. So it'll be a much brighter kitchen. We're also going to be painting our cabinets white soon, hopefully soon. And we need to get a couple new appliances. The stove and the dishwasher match, so we just need to switch out the microwave to, if you guys have been watching me on Instagram, I've been posting how we're doing things a little bit at a time. So we're gonna hopefully catch a sale here now that new models are coming out for the microwave and for the refrigerator. So we're just waiting and taking our time, and eventually all of it will be matching. We're also planning to change this light fixture as well. But yeah, we'll be painting white cabinetry and then painting the walls that other color. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the cabinets. I'm sorry, the countertops yet. We're still working on a plan for that. But, oh yes, incidentally, this little gate is for Snowball. He is so adamant about going into that room, but he is in the teething phase, so he chews on things, and we don't want him back there chewing on little pieces of wood. So I don't know if you can see that little wood fragments like that get all over the place. This carpet is coming out, just so you know, but we're leaving it for now because it's better to have it there than not while we're taking the walls down. But when the walls are done, we'll be cutting up the carpet and taking that out as well. So I don't know if you can hear the noise, but Snowball has a little bell over there by the front door. He rings that to go potty, and now he starts to ring it just for fun. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. But right now we're going to get set up to open this box for you so you can see the goodies that I got. Okay, you guys, I don't want to take the cellophane off of it because I don't want to scratch it or damage any of the crystals that are inside. But it's so pretty. Look how pretty. I'm so excited. You guys just don't even know how excited I am. And this is the little thing that hangs from below. And this is all of the dangly crystals that I'm going to have to add on one by one. They're wrapped in here really protected. I really, really, really love it. So yeah, here's the picture again so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. So excited to see this up. Hopefully we get it hung up today and I can show you guys what it looks like. Yay! Hey you guys, really quickly, I wanted to show you my inspiration for my dining room light. I picked that one out because of the crystal light that I have hanging in our entryway. And I wanted something that was not necessarily matchy-matchy, but very complementary to it. So this is so pretty. This is the one that's hanging in our entryway. I've shown this before, but I wanted you to see my inspiration because from the front door, if you spin around, you can see directly into the dining room. And I thought, how pretty to have this light right here and then be looking straight ahead, seeing a very similar light. So our concept is not very open in the front of the house because this is our living room. But once you get past the doorway to the dining room, you can see the kitchen and the office pretty good. So I thought having very similar light fixtures in here would be really, really pretty. And you can see, you know, that fixture on the table and get an idea, hopefully, of what it's going to look like hanging. And hopefully you'll be able to see it. We'll hang it just low enough so you'll be able to see it when you enter in from the main entry. So yeah, that's my inspiration. Hey guys, so real quick, I wanted to show you something that I normally do. I'm thawing out chicken in a shallow sink of room temperature water, but I wanted to show you that what I ended up doing was opening up the Ziploc bag, and I put this marinade in the bag with the chicken as it's thawing. I noticed that the flavors tend to infuse well. And this one is very inexpensive. You can get it at pretty much any grocery store in the ethnic food aisle. I've been using this for years and years and years. I love it so much. It's so good. And you can use it on chicken, on beef, on fish, whatever you want. So I'm thawing out some chicken thighs in here, and I basically took it out of the freezer and opened the Ziploc bag and poured in the marinade while it's sitting in the water to thaw out, so that now as soon as it comes out, it'll already be marinated and ready for the oven. You can also, when you're bagging up your meats, put the marinade in at that time. I just don't always do that because I figured that it tends to make the bags bulkier in the freezer, and I like to try to make them as flat as possible, so I kind of have almost a filing system in the freezer so you can see what you have and all that, and it all kind of stores flat in the freezer. So anyway, just a little tip to pour the marinade in while your meat is thawing. Snowball. Hi, Snowy. You taking a nap? Are you tired? You a sleepy boy? What was that? Hi, Snowball. Hi, little baby. Hi. 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 You taking a nap? Were you taking a nap? You're a sweet boy. I took the light bulbs out. I took the globes off and all the fan blades. I'm going to label them and put them in Ziploc baggies and package them together so that when my uncle-in-law gets this thing, he can put it back up. I don't know why he would want to, but he does. So I want to make sure he has all his parts and pieces, but this is where it is. And just so you can see, all the pieces are laying here. I took the time to take them all down, so I'll insert some footage so you can see the journey of taking these things down, but it wasn't too hard. So yeah, that's where we are. Alright guys, so this is it after the long task of putting it together and hanging all these little crystals one by one, but that's what it looks like. I'm very excited. It is super pretty. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.